Welcome to Quiz Circus. Test your general knowledge. You'll get 50 exciting general knowledge questions covering a wide range of topics, from world capitals and famous monuments to mountains, history, science, and more. You'll have just a few seconds to think, so stay sharp. Don't forget to share your final score in the comments. Are you ready? Let's start. Which scientist proposed the theory of relativity? Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein, Galileo Galilei, or Nikola Tesla? If you picked Albert Einstein, you are absolutely right. Which is the only continent where spiders don't naturally exist? Asia, Africa, Europe, or Antarctica? The correct answer is Antarctica. Which famous scientist is known as the father of modern astronomy? Galileo Galilei, Isaac Newton, Marie Curie, or Charles Darwin? Well done if you chose Galileo Galilei. Here is a fun fact. Galileo improved the telescope and discovered Jupiter's 4 largest moons. Also, he supported the idea that Earth orbits the Sun, which got him in trouble with the Church. Which famous novel introduced the character of Sherlock Holmes? A Study in Scarlet, The Hound of the Baskervilles, Oliver Twist, or Dracula? If you picked A Study in Scarlet, you're correct. Which planet is known for having the most moons? Jupiter, Neptune, Uranus, or Saturn? The right answer is Saturn. Which chemical element has the highest melting point? Gold, tungsten, silver, or copper? If you said tungsten, excellent choice. Which artist painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel? Raphael, Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, or Donatello? If you picked Michelangelo, you nailed it. Which animal can sleep for up to 3 years under extreme conditions? Sloth, bear, snake, or snail? Well done if you said snail. Here is a fun fact. Some snails can hibernate during dry or cold weather for years. They produce a layer of mucus to protect themselves while sleeping. Which company created the first mass-produced automobile? Ford, Mercedes-Benz, Toyota, or General Motors? If you picked Ford, you were right. What is the largest organ in the human body? Heart, skin, liver, or brain? The correct answer is skin. Which musician is famously known as the King of Pop? Prince, Elvis Presley, Michael Jackson, or Freddie Mercury? If you said Michael Jackson, you got it right. Which organ in the human body produces insulin? Heart, pancreas, liver, or kidneys? The correct answer is pancreas. Which famous scientist discovered penicillin in 1928? Louis Pasteur, Alexander Fleming, Marie Curie, or Gregor Mendel? Well done if you picked Alexander Fleming. Which animated movie features a character named Woody, a talking cowboy doll? Toy Story, Finding Nemo, Frozen, or Shrek? If you chose Toy Story, you are correct. Here is a fun fact. Toy Story was the first fully computer-animated feature film. Tom Hanks voiced Woody. Which is the largest internal organ in the human body? Liver, heart, brain, or lungs? If you picked liver, great job. What is the chemical formula for table salt? NaCl, H2O, CO2, or KCl? The right answer is NaCl. It wasn't hard, was it? Here is a fun fact. Salt was once so valuable it was used as money in some cultures. The word salary comes from sal, the Latin word for salt. Which famous artist is known for cutting off part of his own ear? Claude Monet, Pablo Picasso, Vincent van Gogh, or Salvador Dali? If you chose Vincent van Gogh, you nailed it! Do you know the story behind this? Drop your answer in the comments. Which metal is liquid at room temperature? Iron, silver, lead, or mercury? Well done if you picked mercury. Which book series features a school called Hogwarts? The Hunger Games, The Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, or Percy Jackson? If you said Harry Potter, you're correct. Who was the first man to step on the moon in 1969? Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, Yuri Gagarin, or Michael Collins? The correct answer is Neil Armstrong. Which river is the longest in the world? Amazon, Yangtze, Nile, or Mississippi? It's the Nile. Too easy, wasn't it? What is the national flower of Japan? Rose, lotus, cherry blossom, or orchid? The correct answer is cherry blossom. Who is the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean? Valentina Tereshkova, Bessie Coleman, Harriet Quimby, or Amelia Earhart? Well done if you said Amelia Earhart. Here is a fun fact. Amelia co-founded the 99s, an international organization supporting women pilots. It still exists today, empowering female aviators worldwide. She also launched a clothing line called Amelia Earhart Fashions in 1933, featuring practical and stylish outfits for active women. Which chemical element is represented by the symbol O? Hydrogen, oxygen, helium, or carbon? If you picked oxygen, you're correct! Which country hosted the first modern Olympic Games in 1896? France, Greece, Italy, or Germany? The right answer is Greece. Which author wrote Pride and Prejudice? Charlotte Bronte, Jane Austen, Emily Dickinson, or George Eliot? If you chose Jane Austen, you nailed it! What is the capital city of Canada? Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, or Vancouver? The answer is Ottawa. Which bird is known for being the fastest animal on Earth in a dive? golden eagle, albatross, peregrine falcon, or hawk? The correct answer is peregrine falcon. Which famous scientist proposed the three laws of motion? Galileo Galilei, Isaac Newton, Johannes Kepler, or Albert Einstein? Well done if you picked Isaac Newton. Which country is known for the Great Pyramids of Giza? Egypt, Mexico, Peru, or Iraq? The answer is Egypt. Here is a fun fact. More than 2 million stone blocks were used to build the Great Pyramid. Which natural satellite is the largest in our solar system? Titan, Europa, Callisto, or Ganymede? If you picked Ganymede, that's correct. Who painted the famous artwork, The Last Supper? Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, Raphael, or Caravaggio? Well done if you chose Leonardo da Vinci. Which gas do humans produce when breathing out? Oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, or helium? The right answer is carbon dioxide. Which European city is nicknamed the Eternal City? Paris, Athens, Rome, or Vienna? If you picked Rome, you are spot on. Here is a fun fact. It is called the Eternal City because of its long-lasting historical, cultural, and spiritual significance that has endured for more than 2,700 years. The nickname reflects the belief that no matter what happens in the world, Rome will always remain important and never truly fall. Who introduced the theory of evolution by natural selection? Gregor Mendel, Albert Einstein, Alfred Russel Wallace, or Charles Darwin? The right answer is Charles Darwin. What is the hardest substance in the human body? Bone, dentin, cartilage, or enamel? If you answered enamel, you are right. Which island country is known as the land of the rising sun? Philippines, Japan, Indonesia, or South Korea? The correct answer is Japan. Here is a fun fact. The name Japan in Japanese means origin of the sun. What is the main ingredient in traditional Japanese miso soup? Seaweed, rice, soybeans, or fish? Well done if you picked soybeans. Which planet is closest to the sun? Mercury, Venus, Earth, or Mars? If you answered Mercury, you nailed it. Who wrote the famous novel 1984? Aldous Huxley, George Orwell, Ernest Hemingway, or F. Scott Fitzgerald? The correct answer is George Orwell. Which animal is known as the shit of the desert? Horse, donkey, camel, or llama? If you picked camel, you are correct. Which country invented paper? India, China, Egypt, or Greece? The right answer is China. What is the chemical symbol for silver? Si, Ag, Au, or Sr? If you said Ag, you nailed it. Who painted Girl with a Pearl Earring? Claude Monet, Rembrandt, Johannes Vermeer, or Edvard Munch? Well done if you chose Johannes Vermeer. Which country has the most pyramids in the world? Mexico, Sudan, Egypt, or Peru? The correct answer is Sudan. Here is a fun fact. Sudan has over 200 pyramids, more than Egypt. They were built by the ancient kingdom of Kush. Which planet is known as the morning star or evening star? Mars, Mercury, Saturn, or Venus? If you picked Venus, you are right. Which is the largest mammal on Earth? African elephant, orca, giraffe, or blue whale? Well done if you said blue whale. Who was the first U.S. president? Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, John Adams, or George Washington? The correct answer is George Washington. Which blood type is known as the universal donor? AB positive, O negative, B positive, or A positive? If you chose O negative, excellent work! Which famous playwright wrote Hamlet? Oscar Wilde, Charles Dickens, Arthur Miller, or William Shakespeare? If you picked William Shakespeare, you nailed it. That's the end of today's quiz. Well done for making it to the end. How many did you get right? Share your score in the comments. Do you know something cool we didn't mention? Add your fun fact down below.